Hello and welcome back to the David67 Celtic News YouTube channel. Today's video going to be a wee quick update on one definite confirmed Celtic transfer, a player leaving the club. Also going to update on the Dominik Livakovic story, and I'm afraid it's not good news. Plus a wee update on Bosun Miovski, the Aberdeen centre forward, and his current transfer situation, and we quick discussion regarding the upcoming pre-season friendlies that Celtic will be playing in the next couple of weeks, which will be live on Celtic TV for those who have Celtic TV. Now, first news is a definite confirmed story, so the end of all the various speculative stories. Sead Haksabanovic has definitely left the club. Today he signed a 4-year deal with Malmo in Sweden. The deal is thought to have been worth £1.7 million, €2.5 million, and that matches his fee that Celtic paid a couple of years ago to bring him from Rubin Kazan. And so, in essence, the Sead Haksabanovic experiment has been cost neutral, and Celtic have recouped the full transfer fee we paid a couple of years ago for Haksabanovic. His career at Celtic, 42 games, 5 goals, 4 assists. All those goals and assists in the 22-23 season, as he very much got frozen out by Brendan Rodgers as soon as Rodgers came to the club. Haksabanovic then had a bit of a temper tantrum, and Rodgers basically got him out of the club straight away, sending him off on loan to Stoke for the rest of the 23-24 season. It does look like Haksabanovic was hoping to come back to Celtic and mend broken bridges. However, Rodgers has made it very clear he doesn't want Haksabanovic at the club, and so Celtic have recouped the €2.5 million, £1.7 million we paid for him, and have sent him off back to Sweden, where he was born, to play for Malmo on a 4-year deal. Just thought I would pop in Haksabanovic's goals. He scored for Celtic. He scored some really super goals for Celtic. 2 against Dundee United, 1 against Ross County, 1 against Hearts, 1 against Hibs. The goals against Ross County, Hibs and Hearts I thought were all excellent goals, and personally I'm sad to see Haksabanovic go. I think he is an upgrade on Kuhn, an upgrade on Yang, although I think Yang will get better with time, certainly an upgrade on where Marco Tilio is at the moment, but then again I think Marco Tilio will get better with time as well. However, I think Haksabanovic would have been fitted in very nicely as one of our 4 main raid players, then allowing Yang and Tilio to go off on season-long loans somewhere in Scotland or England to gain further match fitness and match practice and match experience. So, just going to pop in Haksabanovic's goals, lasts about 1 minute or so, and then we'll crack on with the other major news centred on Celtic today, and a couple of wee minor stories as well. goodbye to Sead Haksabanovic, and sadly the news coming out of the Dominik Livakovic camp is that there is no deal between Celtic and Fenerbahce, and no deal to take Livakovic from Fenerbahce to Celtic. Now, there were multiple stories in Turkish media, picked up by the Scottish media, that said that Celtic had made a firm €9 million, £7.6 million bid, and that Fenerbahce had accepted it, and it was now in Livakovic's ballpark to decide on the deal. Also, stories saying that Fenerbahce have signed a replacement goalkeeper already to replace Livakovic. However, a Croatian journalist who says he has inside knowledge of the Livakovic camp and inside knowledge of the Croatian national team rubbished the story last night, and a statement made by Livakovic's PR agent, Stipo Dubravac, made today, has 100% ruled out any deal between Celtic and Fenerbahce and any deal taking Livakovic to Celtic. So, unfortunately, is rather bad news, is one of the snags of there just being so much speculation, so many stories going back and forth. All I can really do is relate what's being said in the media, what's being said by several different journalist sites and Celtic fan sites, and so I'm as disappointed as you that the Livakovic deal that we thought was well down the road now seems to be back at square one at least, and maybe even not at square one. Only real grain of comfort is that the Croatian journalist and the PR agent Dubravac neither completely ruled out there being any possibility of Livakovic coming to Celtic in the future, i.e. they didn't say that Livakovic would never consider coming to play for Celtic or coming to Scottish football. And it was said around about a year ago that Celtic had been making inquiries with Livakovic's agent and Livakovic's club at that time, which was Zagreb in Croatia. And so maybe something will get rekindled in the future, but currently Celtic's search for a replacement for Joe Hart as our number one is going on and on. Also, a confirmed story is that beyond Miovski coming to Celtic, there has not been a bid made by Celtic to Aberdeen, and indeed the Aberdeen Chief Exec said there have been no offers made as yet for Bojan Miovski, and so currently it does not look like Celtic are closely following or trying to sign Miovski, nor are any other clubs apparently trying to sign Miovski at the moment. So Celtic should be coming back into pre-season training tomorrow and Friday. Some players coming in on Thursday, some coming in on Friday, and there will be several players, such as the 4 Scottish players off at the Euros, who have a couple of weeks off. Alistair Johnston and Cameron Carter-Vickers are still involved in the Copa America. Canada are close to qualifying for the knockout stages. America have a couple of games still to go, and so it is potentially quite likely that neither Johnston nor Carter-Vickers will be coming back to Celtic for pre-season training until we go off on the American leg of our pre-season tour. That's on the 21st, 24th and 27th of July. Before that, Celtic have 2 friendly matches a week on Friday the 5th of July against Ayr, against Scott Brown's Ayr, and then 5 days later a friendly against Queen's Park, our fellow Glasgow club. Those games are all going to be on Celtic TV Live for those who have access to Celtic TV. Speaking of the pre-season friendlies and the pre-season training, it has become apparent that Brendan Rodgers is going to be intending to take a very close look at Bosun Lawal. Bosun Lawal had a very, very successful loan year at Fleetwood in England last season. He was one of the best players in the English First Division, and he massively impressed his managers at Fleetwood with his skills, commitment, and talent, and has come back with glowing recommendations. He went down to Fleetwood primarily as a centre back, who also could play at right back. However, at Fleetwood in the second half of the season, he was playing exclusively as a defensive midfielder, and sometimes pushing forward into a conventional central midfielder role. And it is thought that Rodgers is going to look at him both as a potential backup at centre back, but also as a potential backup at defensive midfielder. And there have been some folk who haven't seen him playing and in training are comparing him to a version of Victor Wanyama, who of course had an excellent few seasons at Celtic before departing for Spurs and now playing in the American Soccer League. So we'll see whether Bosun Lawal does get his chances in pre-season. He does look to have had an excellent loan season last year at Fleetwood, and I'm very hopeful that he's going to turn promise of his loan season into a good Celtic career as a central defender and defensive midfielder. And that just about finishes things off for today. Going to be doing a video tomorrow morning once the Scottish Premiership fixtures are announced. We'll see who our first few games are against, and also when our first game against Rangers will be, and also how the season develops in terms of fixtures, and when we'll be playing at the potentially most difficult games of the year, and around the Christmas and New Year breaks as well. So just to finish off, please do consider clicking that subscribe button if you've not subscribed already. Clicking the like button if you like the video does help encourage YouTube to send this video to more and more people to have a look at, and similarly do feel free to pop your comments into the comment section regarding Haksabanovic, Livakovic, and any other Celtic issues. We can have a nice chat, debate, discussion amongst like-minded Celtic fans. And so for today, quite sad news. Sead Haksabanovic is off to Malmo. The dream of Dominik Livakovic coming to Celtic from Fenerbahce, and that now seems to be a dead rumour. However, the players will be back in pre-season training tomorrow, and the fixtures will be announced for the season tomorrow as well, and so some things to look forward to. And I am entirely certain over the next few weeks we will start to see confirmed deals of players coming in and confirmed deals of players leaving the club. And so until tomorrow, goodbye and hail, hail.